to take a moment to introduce a new but familiar face that you'll be seeing here at noon. Please help us give a big welcome to KPRC2's newest meteorologist, Rachel Briers.
Thank you.
And meteorologist Jocelyn Stapleton is here to help.
It's not this
Just to help welcome Rachel to our team. So happy you're here.
I'm so happy to get back on the weather wall, get back into it.
Yeah, we're so very excited to have Rachel here. So again, don't adjust your television. You are on the right station, I promise. But no, we are. We're very excited of the KPRC team.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And again, everybody's been so welcoming, and it's so nice to be able to balance the two who will keep getting bigger and bigger with school just around the corner. But a lot of changes coming up over the next few days.
Yes.
The heat. We do a little less. Justin, let's do less.
We're
doing
nice.
too much.
Can you bring it down a notch, a few notches?
Yes.
Can we keep it
in exactly what we've been dealing with over the last few days? Starting off right now, those temperatures, they are coming in on the steamy side. And that's even with slightly lower dew points than what we have been dealing with over the past week or so. Looking outside right now, we have a little cloud cover giving us a little bit of shade, but it's not doing much to really dampen that heat. Overall, the heat is on, and not just for the next few days. It's going to be pretty steamy throughout the rest of this week. Something that could bring a few of us relief, though, is the chance for a few isolated showers and storms in the afternoon hours. Other than that, today we do have another ozone action day. So if you are sensitive to ozone, you may want to spend some of those peak afternoon hours indoors. And let's be real, most of us would enjoy spending those peak afternoon hours indoors because those temperatures, they're going to be climbing all the way back up into the upper 90s with a forecasted high near 99 degrees today. And yes, that very slight 20% chance of rain. But we do have some changes coming up. We could be talking some slightly better rain chances. We'll take a closer look at that coming up in my full forecast.
The heat, the humidity, and possibly some rain in the forecast.
Oh, we are crossing our fingers, y'all. We need something to help kind of take the edge off, right? Yes, it has been so hot over the last few days, so we are kind of looking for any sort of rain we can get, and it does look like we could get some. Well, you're not wrong, because there is a little bit of a haze in the sky right now. We do have a little bit of smoke that is actually rolling around this area of high pressure coming in from the Four Corners region, where a few different wildfires are ongoing, and that's actually dropping that smoke here into southeast Texas. Doesn't look very smoky, though, outside in our giraffe camera at the zoo. Now, I've been watching this for the last few hours, and those giraffes, they've been kind of going in and out a good bit. So they even know that that heat is on, and they've been trying to definitely stay indoors. Temperatures right now is really starting to climb up. We're starting to get near that 90-degree mark. It's actually 92 already at the Houston Zoo. The wind has started to shift as well. It's now coming in from the south at around 7 miles per hour. And that's what's going to continue to drag in more of that heat and more of that humidity as we head not just into the rest of the day today, but into the next few days. Temperatures right now in Tomball, we're looking at a temperature right around 90 degrees, 92 in Pearland, and Hobby coming in at 92 as well. Heading into the afternoon, we're back up to the triple digits. Going to top out right around 100 degrees at Bush Intercontinental Airport. Same thing for Sugar Land, 97 in Liberty. College Station could get up at around 101 degrees. But of course, we know it's not just the heat that gets us here. You have to factor in the humidity. When you factor that in, that's going to bring us heat index values around 3 to 4 p.m. coming in close to 105 or even 106. So heat safety is still that that needs to be the primary forefront of our minds. We need to make sure that if you're going to be outdoors, if you work outdoors, that you take those frequent breaks, find some shade, and also make sure, more than anything, that you are staying hydrated. But of course, we all want to know, when are we finally going to see some good relief? Not seeing any right now, that's for sure. All of that moisture right now offshore, but as we head into the afternoon hours, we could start to see that sea breeze become a bit more active, bringing us a slight chance of rain into the afternoon. Showing here on our future track, showing a few little pop-up showers and storms around the metro as we get into the late afternoon into the early evening. So is it possible that we could end up seeing some rain on your drive home? It's possible, but it's not going to be highly likely. Then as we head into the day tomorrow, starting off the same way, starting off with some partly cloudy skies with another slight chance of rain. But overall, those rain chances going to remain on the lower side for the next few days. But as we head into the end of the week, we start to see our moisture rising. You can see by Thursday and Friday, those dew points have risen up. And at the same time, an area of high pressure is going to start to back off, and that could allow for us to see some slightly better rain chances as we get into the second half of your week, as well as going into this next weekend. Here's a look at your 10-day forecast here, pretty much looking at a normal summer-like pattern as we head into today, tomorrow, tomorrow and Wednesday. And then as we get into the end of the week, into this weekend, we'll bring up that chance of rain to a 30% chance. That will also drop our temperatures down into the mid-90s.
Gotta love August in Southeast Texas. Rachel, thank you.
Is here, and Rachel, we have been talking about the heat, and you did mention maybe there was a glimmer of hope with maybe some rain in the forecast.
It's a possibility, and we're really hoping for this rain at this point because at least it would help to cool us down a few degrees. And right now, those temperatures are already rising up into the low 90s, so it's already on the hot side. 92 right now at Hobby, 93 at Bush, and Huntsville also at 92, and El Campo coming in at around 91. And those temperatures over the next few hours, they will be heating up. By 3 p.m. should be up right around 98 degrees. Heat index, what you're seeing here in red, 105 degrees. So dangerous heat, what we're talking here. You want to make sure that you're taking all those heat precautions. And let's look at the rest of the day, because let's say, hey, you want to get outside for a walk or maybe a run. I would say you probably want to wait until 7, 8 p.m. at least once that heat index number drops below the triple digits. And across the rest of the state of Texas, we're all pretty much in it together. 102 right now in Austin, 101 in San Angelo, and 99 in Lubbock. But hey, at least we're not where Phoenix is at a very nice 113 degrees. The good news for us here in Southeast Texas, though, is that our temperatures will be slightly decreasing as we get into the second half of the week. We should be looking at temperatures coming in the mid-90s as we get into Thursday and Friday. And part of the reason for that could be looking at extra cloud cover and a slightly better chance of rain. We'll take a closer look at that coming up.
All right. Well, thank you, Rachel.
Major relief from the heat, but a little relief would be nice.
It's the norm now.
We're just in the thick of it. And I have to say, I was watching that video of the mall. I'm like, that looks nice.
Air conditioning.
It looks nice indoors. I know, it's like we have all these great outlet malls here, but it's like I gotta walk outside from point A to point B, and I
that's
can't
stressful.
do that.
I was overstimulated walking to Target the other day.
Right?
I'm
Well,
not
also,
even kidding.
we were talking about earlier, I was like, I wasn't gonna do my hair before I got here.
Right.
From car into here, it would not have lasted.
Yeah.
Between the heat trying to keep alive is really struggling because I don't remember to water every day. I would rather it just happen naturally here. And it looks like we could see the chance of that as we head into really the second half of this week. We do have rain chances in every single day this week due to the fact that, hey, we're in a normal summer-like pattern. We have some moisture to work with. We just don't have any big disturbances coming in. So that's why our rain chances are remaining on the slim side. And really why they're so slim right now has to do with this area of high pressure that we've been watching over the last week or so. That's kind of hung out here across the state of Texas and kept us pretty dry and pretty hot. Now, as we head into the second half of the week, that's when we're finally going to see some changes. That area of high pressure that causes the air to sink instead of rise is going to move back off to the west, and that could allow for some weak disturbances to try to move in, and that could help aid in a chance of rain. Not looking at a washout by any means. Overall, how much rainfall we could see looks pretty minimal, but we'll take it for right now. A few of us over the next 5 days could walk away with up to a half of an inch of rain. Now, obviously, if we do see some thunderstorms, we could see a quick inch, so we'll be watching for that as we head throughout the rest of this week. But the main thing for today, the heat is on. Today is also an ozone action day, so if you're sensitive to ozone, heading into the afternoon hours, you may want to spend some of those afternoon hours indoors because around 3 to 4 is usually when we do see a peak in that ozone and a decline in air quality. But the main thing for today also going to be looking at that chance for some isolated rain. And I think it's not just us who wants that rain. Everybody else does too, even the flamingos. But I do have to say they're enjoying it right now. 92 degrees, the humidity up at about 54%. And that wind is finally shifted back in from the south. And that's what's drawing in more of that moisture and also more of that heat. Across the rest of Harris County, we're looking at 94 over towards Bel Air and 95 in Spring. The rest of Southeast Texas also coming in on the hot side. Low 90s right now. The afternoon, we're going to be topping out right around the triple digits again. But it's going to feel even hotter. It's going to feel even more humid as we head into the rest of the day as well as the rest of this week as our dew points continue to rise. But hey, with those rising dew points, we're going to be looking at those chances for rain kind of bumping up, especially as we head into the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday time period. Right now, 30% chance, but we're crossing our fingers. Hopefully you'll see us raise that as we head into the rest of this week. We'll be right back after this break. Here at the 2, I know I was so ready to hop on air, and I'm so excited to be on Houston Live. That's so cool. I kept hearing all the cool things about the wine festival. I was like, sign me up. All of this sounds fabulous.
Good stuff for sure. If you ever need, an afternoon pick-me-up, we're here for you.
I love it.
Yeah.
The bad news about today, though, is that the heat, it is intense today, and the heat really is not going to be going anywhere. I mean, of course, we are in the month of August, but there is a chance on certain days that a few lucky people could end up seeing some isolated rain, and that could give you a little quick cool down. Something else I want to mention about today, if you are sensitive to ozone, today is an ozone action day. So those peak afternoon hours, you may want to spend those indoors if that ozone does bother you. Looking outside right now at the Houston Zoo, it's a fun picture. We got everybody out and about right now. I swear the whole morning the giraffes have been inside, and I don't really blame them because it has been so hot. Temperature right now coming in at about 93 degrees. The feels like temperature, though, is already up at about 100 degrees. So it has been sweltering. And those temperatures, they will continue to rise as we head into the next few hours. Going to make our way up into the upper 90s in just the next few hours. 98 degrees by around 3 p.m. High temperature going to be right around 99. And notice I do have in that very slight rain chance as we get into the afternoon to early evening, a 20%. So no reason to cancel any plans or anything like that, but just know there is a chance if a dark cloud's heading towards you that there could be some rain in it, mixed in with it. Temperatures across the rest of southeast Texas, we're looking at 90 in Cleveland, 93 in Sugar Land, and 94 over in Brenham. Those high temperatures, though, going to be rising up into the triple digits. Katy and Houston forecasted to hit close to 100 degrees, 97 over in Huntsville, and 100 degrees expected towards College Station. But we all know it's not just the actual temperature that gets us here, it's the heat index, what it actually feels like to our bodies. So we have to factor in that humidity. And the heat index for this afternoon going to be near 105 in Houston and 107 degrees in Katy. Now, I also want to show you our hourly temperatures when it has to do with the heat index. That's what you're seeing here on the higher bar that's coming in red. So notice, let's say you want to get outside, you want to go for a walk, you want to go for a run. You need to wait until after our heat index values drop below that 100-degree mark, which isn't really going to happen until we get to around 7 to 8 p.m. Let's move on to the good stuff, though. Right now, it is a beautiful day. We are coming in pretty much on the dry side. But as we get into those early evening hours, we could start to see a few of these showers and storms trying to pop up. And yes, it's possible that could get in the way of your commute. But again, it's only a 20% chance. Tomorrow, about the same, starting off partly cloudy with a very slight chance of rain, again, heading into those afternoon hours. So let's go ahead and let's take a closer look at what we have coming up over the next 7 to 10 days. 20% chance of rain Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then we do bring up that rain chance a hair Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So definitely really wanting that rainfall as we get into the end of the week. And hey, at least it would help to cool us down a few degrees, which I think we would all be okay with.
Oh my gosh, Rachel Briers. You know, even our plants at home, they're kind of all holding on for dear life. This heat is no joke.
And I'm not a good enough plant parent. I need some help from the weather.
Extra water, but maybe later in the week, Mother Nature will help with that. Rachel Briers, thank you so much. Good to see you. Welcome to the Twos.
Thank you.
Okay.
Little showers just pop up. So let's take a closer look at what we have going on just off to the east of the city. That's where we've seen a few little showers, and really they just popped up over the last 30 minutes or so. Now, the problem with this rain is that it's not expected to hold on for very long. And that's exactly what we are seeing right now over towards Channelview and just east of Pasadena over towards LaPorte. You can see these little showers, they did start to fizzle, and that's exactly what we would anticipate. We really don't have a whole lot of forcing today when it comes to giving us much of a chance of rain, but we'll take what we can get. At least a few people saw a cooling downpour here in southeast Texas. But of course, we want to know when the rest of us are going to get those downpours. And it's a possibility that a few more of us could see those as we head into the next few days. Not looking at high rain chances by any means, but a few isolated rain showers and storms will be possible each day. Looking outside, it's gorgeous and the heat is definitely on. 96 degrees right now, feels like 106. We'll take a closer look at those rain chances in my whole forecast.
Rachel, thank you.
It's good to be here. I'm glad that I got one shower today, because at first I was like, oh, it's just going to be a heat day. But luckily, we've had a few showers popping up. And that story before, not ready for the 6th season, not ready for it. But, you know, it's almost time, back to school.
Right. Yeah.
Going to have to start watching out for those bus stop forecasts coming up. But let's go ahead and listen. If you're right over towards Pasadena or towards LaPorte, there's a chance you're looking at a little bit of that rainfall. Now, overall, this rain is not packing much of a punch. We are seeing some moderate rainfall there. I would say meandering slowly off to the west, so it's possible it could get close to the loop as we head into the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. So you're our lucky few right now receiving that rainfall, but most of us coming in dry, and most of us will come in dry as we head throughout the rest of the day today and also into the next few days. 20% chance of rain in for the rest of this afternoon to evening. We're going to carry that into Tuesday and Wednesday as well. And then at the end of the week, we finally start to see a bit more moisture rolling in, which could bring up our rain chances a hair. Not looking at a washout by any means, but it does look like we could be heading in the right direction when it comes to those rain chances. So let's break down your future track. Heading into the rest of the afternoon, into the early evening, a few more spotty showers or an isolated storm will be a possibility. And just like we saw today, could see another spotty shower or storm again into the afternoon to evening on Tuesday. Wednesday, you guessed it, about the same. Now, as we head into the end of the week, that's when we finally start to see a bit of a change coming in. We start to see our upper level flow changing a good bit. It's also going to help draw in a bit more moisture here into southeast Texas, and that could help our rain chances increase as we get into the second half of this week. But the story right now for much of southeast Texas is hot. We are looking at 96 degrees with a feels like temperature of around 102 degrees. So it's very sweltering out there right now. But something else we have to watch out for today. Today is an ozone action day. Right now our air quality is coming in okay, but we will keep an eye on it for you. Other than that, the other things floating in the air, a good amount of pollen, weed, grass, and mold pollen all coming in those moderate categories. Temperatures 97 in Bush, 94 in Cleveland, and 96 degrees right now over in Sugar Land. And those heat index values right now are coming in above 100 degrees. So it is hot, and you do want to make sure that you are taking those extra precautions if you are going to be outdoors. Temperature still going to be at about 90 degrees by around 8 p.m. Here's a look at the rest of your forecast. 20% chance of rain and hot through the end of this week. We do bring up that chance of rain Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which brings down our actual temperatures into the mid-90s.
A little relief. We'll take it, Rachel. Thank you.
It's possible that it could help to spark a couple more showers. Right now, that gust front is right, or the little outflow boundary is right over Houston. So we're going to be watching it closely to see if anything tries to pop up with it. But looking outside right now, mainly just looking at partly cloudy skies and some hot temperatures. But good news, we do actually have a few more rain chances popping up in your forecast. We'll take a closer look at that coming up.
All right, look forward to that. Thanks, Rachel. See you.
Yes, we're doing pretty good, even though some of the smoke coming in over from Colorado, those fires, was actually getting pushed here earlier this morning. So it was a little bit of a haze in the sky due to some of that smoke.
Okay, it did look a little hazy this morning.
A little hazy, but yes, we've been really lucky. We actually received plentiful rainfall over the last few months, and that really helped us with our. Now this week, it's going to feel very much like we would expect this time of year. We do have a few chances of rainfall, but they do remain on the slight side. And then other than that, the warm and muggy conditions is what we're really expecting. But it does look like in the second half of the week that we could bring up that rain chance just a bit, and that could help bring up a few more spotty showers and storms. Now, speaking of spotty showers, we did have a couple pop up about 30 minutes to an hour ago, but they have since fizzled. Now, we are watching an outflow boundary that was made by those showers that's moving to the west through Houston right now, and as it does, there is a chance, and I say chance, that it could pop up another isolated rain shower. But overall, our rain chances for the rest of the day today, as well as into this evening, will remain on the slim side. Looking at our future track, you can see a few of these little bitty isolated rain showers popping up. Heading into tomorrow, a lot like what we are seeing today. Partly cloudy skies with another slight chance of rain, mainly in the afternoon to early evening hours. And then once the sun goes down, our rain chances also go down with it as we lose the heating of the day. Wednesday is also going to bring about the same song and dance. But as we get into the end of this week, we're going to start to see more of that moisture getting really pushed back into southeast Texas. And that is going to give us a slight increase in our rain chances. So this week is one of those weeks where I would say toss the umbrella in your car in case you have to use it. But more than likely, probably not going to have to use it maybe by the end of the week. So hopefully, maybe if you get your car washed, you'll luck out and receive some of that rain. 96 degrees outside right now, feels like temperature of 104 degrees. So it is hot. Temperatures all across southeast Texas coming in the 90s. As we head into the rest of the evening, those temperatures will be slow to fall. By the time we get to 9 p.m., temperature's still going to be coming in at about 87 degrees. So here's a look at your next 10-day forecast. Hot and muggy is pretty much the name of the game for us here. We do have that slight increase in rain chances Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And with that increase comes a slight drop in temperatures.
All right. That's not really a guaranteed job then that we're getting rain those days, right? 30%?
Not guaranteed, unfortunately.
Okay.
Somebody will.
No
somewhere.
guarantees around here.
Right now.
Okay, I can do the ice, but still it just seems it's
a little
the fall
early.
stuff is too early. I want to hold on to summer.
Oh, I'm ready. Like, where can I find Halloween? It's a problem.
Okay.
I love it. I love the fall because also it feels better, right?
It does.
It is better.
We'll get there eventually, but we do have to kind of round out summer, and we're doing so in a very hot way. But hey, we're watching to see. We've been watching a boundary rolling off to the west, and that boundary could help to pop up an isolated rain shower. But for the meantime, not a whole lot going on the radar. Let's walk through future track, though, which is still showing some isolated rain showers trying to pop as we head into the next few hours. Chances of that happening near you? About a 20% chance. So more than likely you're going to miss out on that rain, but cross your fingers. Hopefully you'll be the lucky one that gets it. Then as we head into tomorrow morning, partly cloudy to start off your day. By the afternoon, similar to what we saw today. A few of these very spotty rain showers, maybe an isolated storm trying to pop. That should dissipate as we push into the evening hours, and then Wednesday, kind of a rinse and repeat. Now, the reason our rain chances aren't doing a whole lot and why they haven't over the last few days has to do with an area of high pressure. Now, high pressure causes the air to sink instead of rise. We need rising motion to actually see some good shower and thunderstorm rain chances. So because of that, our rain chances remain slim. But as we head into the end of this week, that's when we start to see a bit of a change here. That area of high pressure will start to back off to the west, and that could allow for some moisture to really start streaming back in from the Gulf. And that moisture could help us with a chance of rain specifically for the second half of this week, as well as going into this next weekend. Right now outside, though, it is all about the heat. 96 degrees feels like a nice 102 degrees. So if you're planning on getting out and about, make sure you're taking those heat precautions. The rest of southeast Texas, 96 in Tomball and 98 in Conroe. And then as we head into the rest of tonight, temperatures only dipping down into the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow, very similar to what we are seeing out there today, with those high temperatures again climbing up into the upper 90s in the low triple digits. The same thing comes into play for your Wednesday, and then we're going to be watching for a few changes by the end of the week. 30% chances of rain get back into the forecast with some slightly lower high temperatures.
All right, Rachel, thanks very much. And